Full step.
Flying down from Nova Scotia today.
This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds.
I have a dream that all men are created equal.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
All right. Doomed Nation. We are in Nashville, and we are on location. We are live. It is Skaggs. I'm here with El Capitan.
Yo, yo.
And we are also joined by the king of the trash realm, Jimbo the Kid
What's
from the
up?
Last
What's
Slice
up? What's up?
podcast,
Thanks for
Chris,
having me.
the streamer.
Yes.
And, of course, the
BPD.
man. You know what they say normally, last, but definitely least.
Always least.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely the least.
Bachelor Party Bobby. And we are here on his bachelor party.
Yes. Congratulations.
Bachelor Party Bonanza. I got you.
I have nothing in my cup.
Yep.
BPBs, BPBs.
We got a little Sempre. I don't know. They picked this up. It's kind of sugary. Let's try.
Pour me
What
some
is that?
pep.
Tequila?
Yeah, it's tequila.
Tequila. Tequila.
So yeah, we're here. We're on location. We are in the great city of Nashville. It is absolutely gorgeous here. It's a beautiful place. We're on Bachelor Party Bobby's bachelor party. We're having a good time. We're drinking. We are hanging out. What's going on, boys? How you doing?
I'm feeling fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't know
are
about
you?
you boys. I'm having a
What
great
did we
fucking time.
do today? Tell Doom Nation a little bit of the fun that
Well-
we've been throwing for you.
I tell you, so we woke up, and if you can believe it, we had a couple of drinks, and then I mean, it's not normally our thing,
No.
And
yeah.
then after that, I think we had a few more drinks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now here we are, believe it or not, drinking again.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
I'll tell you what, man. Yesterday, that was Thursday.
Yes.
That was impressive, even for our standards.
24 hours.
We did a 4 to 4, and I don't mean the first 4. I mean the second 4.
Four-
Like we did 4
4
a.m. to 4 a.m. the next day. So we did a 24-hour day on Thursday, and yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I didn't. I clocked out around 2.
You had a valiant effort.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
I was filled to the brim last night. Fucking me and Jimmy just started drinking those tequila and clubs out there, and they it's half water, so it goes down like water. And before you know it, I mean, you're in too deep.
Oh, yeah.
You're in too
I
deep.
don't like the tequila in clubs. I'll
No.
be honest with you
Oh,
guys.
I
Don't
do.
like
I'm
'em.
with you on that.
I like
I
vodka,
do.
club, lime. Tequila with the club soda gets like a weird taste. I don't like
it ends up tasting like watered down tequila.
Yeah,
which is
I
just
agree.
Not.
Yeah, but the same amount of fucked upness you get from tequila.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
So it sneaks up on you. It's a sneaky drink.
This is good. Siempre.
Yeah, but it's sugary, man. It's sugary.
Let me take a
A little swiggy poo.
So let's start here, man. Let's talk about Nashville real quick.
Yes. Second time we're here.
So second time we're here in Nashville, and when we were here last time, we were here for my bachelor party, and that was in 2019, right before COVID happened. So now we're here. This is actually like a nice test case, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We're here
yeah.
now a couple of years later after COVID. Yeah. And I mean, if you just look out at Nashville,
Yes.
there's cranes everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12.
11, 12, 13,
Yeah.
at least 13 or 14.
1450.
over there.
Look at the
15,
trouble that
16,
just showed up.
17, a lot of guys here. So there's at least 17 cranes in view here on our rooftop out in Nashville.
Here you go, boys.
And just to start off, it's a political show, right? We'll talk a little bit about it's visible progress and prosperity is here in Tennessee,
Right.
in Nashville.
Well,
and I would say, at least my guess is it has to do somewhat with the fact that the blue states completely fucked themselves
Yeah.
during COVID. And everyone was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Tennessee,
Yeah.
Florida, Texas.
Absolutely.
You could see it.
Yeah.
It's there. You
People
could hear
have
it.
jobs. They're ambitious.
On
They're not being held
on
back.
the way over here, when I got into the Uber, we were talking about real estate. He just bought a home.
Yeah.
He bought it at the right time, but he was saying that here specifically.
Sorry, who's this?
Uber driver.
Oh, the Uber driver,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, he took me here. 250 people are moving to Nashville every day.
Yeah,
I
I believe
believe
it.
that.
dude.
I believe that.
believe
That
it.
number.
The amount of real
is
estate they're putting
crazy.
up,
Yeah.
I believe that.
So today is Friday, and it's fucked up Friday. But yesterday was Thursday, so we were here while it was still like a business day. And I mean, we were out on that porch. We smoked a nice little joint, so I was nice and stoned. It was like, I was perceiving everything going on. You could just hear it. There was construction everywhere. You hear like this city is booming.
Alive.
It's being built. Like all these buildings are brand new. It's thriving. Right now, you go to Broadway, it's a good time. Our cab driver, when we got here from the airport, he's this Dominican guy from New York. He's like, fuck New York, man. He's like, I left. He's like, there's so much money to be made here. There's
I believe that.
opportunity.
Dude.
Things are great.
Well,
Look how
just
many
like-
more people are
yeah.
here now. Last time we came here, there was absolutely no line.
Last
to get
time we
into
came
any
here,
bar.
these houses weren't here.
They weren't
Yes.
here. But then this time,
So-
we had to wait online to get into
Yeah.
Luke Bryan's and Kid Rock's.
So for context, we basically are on something called like Party Row, and it is maybe
Gulch.
The Gulch. Yeah.
yeah. There's maybe 25 houses surrounding us, all built similar with these rooftops and stuff overlooking the city skyline. This wasn't here back in 2019.
Yeah.
This city got so popular that they bought this property and built this up for just nobody lives here. It's all Airbnbs. They're making money hand over fist out
Perfect
here.
example is this morning. I go outside. I'm taking a phone call. And you got guys literally putting concrete right across the street. They're building a new home right here.
Sorry about the wind, guys. We
Yeah,
are
it is what it
outside
is.
on a rooftop.
Well, it is really nice.
That's
out.
beautiful.
Ultimately, man, you could see a sign of the times. They say people vote with their feet, right? So obviously, people have left the Northeast, and they've settled here. We talked to Alex Abernathy. What's going on over there? Look at this guy. What do you got? A fucking.
Absolutely.
He's got a
Just
old
Jim
smoking.
Jim just woke up from
He just woke up from.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what he doesn't have. It's a fucking brain. I'll tell you.
yeah
So we talked
from
to
drinking moonshine all afternoon.
That'll do
There we
it.
go, Jimmy. How you doing? Well, that looks
Oh,
nice,
A
man.
little
Oh, it
con-
is tasty.
Well, confifi. For
It
the
is
record, this is
tasty.
Old Smoky Moonshine. We were just at their distillery
Yeah.
earlier today after we did the booze bike. Who was it? Sprocket Rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Sprocket Rocket.
Shout out Sprocket Rocket. That was a fucking awesome time.
Yeah.
I had a
That's
blast.
the bartender. I forgot her name, and the other guy, Gordo. Great,
Yeah,
great
fun.
people. I mean,
Lot of
real
fun.
fun. Like they are really energetic people.
Yeah,
and
they
good
were.
time.
Man, let me tell you, this old smoky moonshine is delicious.
It's
We
tasty
went
as
there. We went there on my bachelor party, and I remember I
Yes.
tried the pickle moonshine.
We
which
had
was
that.
Delicious.
We had that.
Jimmy, you gonna taste test that coffee there, moonshine? What do you think? Is it good?
Moonshine.
Give us a doomed review.
1 out of 10 sunshines. What do you got?
12.
What does it taste
12
like, Jim? Give us a
sunshines.
little something. Come on.
It tastes like, I can't say it.
All right, fair enough.
Tastes like Vagine.
Yeah, man, so I'm having a good time. I'm feeling pretty good. I think a key contributor to this trip has been those IV things that we've been. Anyone who goes on a bachelor party, or if you're just out drinking and you're hungover and shit, I'll tell you what, those little IV packets you put in your
Liquid IV.
Liquid IV.
Put them in your drink. They really help you
It
feel a lot
tastes
better.
like,
Jamie, your drink's gonna fly
Holy
away.
shit.
It tastes like ram's piss, but
Yeah.
if you can down it, it'll make you feel a lot better.
We'll keep an eye here.
Tastes like
So we're gonna keep an eye
Everybody's
here.
there.
That might be some rain over there. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's blowing in. We'll see. If there is, we're gonna have to like literally pack everything up and move inside. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep,
Well,
give us
You got
another
the
degenerate.
smokes?
It's 0 things you asked for. Sorry about
All right.
hey, can you do us a favor? Can you be just so nice to show that picture?
Yeah, let's get the shirt on
this-
camera.
on the camera.
Yeah, right there. He's in there. Or just stand right in front of this right here.
So for the record, this was me. I don't know, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago?
It was your birthday, man.
My birthday. We got a cabin in Pennsylvania, and I just decided to rip my shirt off of my body while I was blackout drunk. And well, the result of it is a picture that Luch now wears proudly on his shirt.
Yeah.
That was an old Giants Super Bowl T-shirt.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was from when they beat
2007.
when they beat the Patriots, I think the first time.
Yes.
In the Super Bowl.
You held on to that shirt for
years.
fucking
It was my
years,
favorite
bro.
shirt, dude. It had holes in it, had fucking yellow mustard armpit
Yep.
stains. My favorite
Aluminum
shirt.
armpits.
Bro, I couldn't even put my arms down because the, the sleeves were frozen in time.
Oh, man. I love this place, dude. This place is so much fucking fun. Yeah. The bars here are so great. They're so musical. Like
Yeah,
last night, we bar hopped last night to like 10 different bars. Each one got a little bit different vibe, different music. Yeah. Some of them were playing like heavy rock. Some of them were playing country. Some are playing, like R&B, hip hop. It was fucking
Luke
fun.
Bryan's,
man.
I tell you
oh,
what.
that's a good spot.
Last time
yeah.
we came here, I did not like Luke Bryan's. This time, Luke Bryan's was fucking
Yeah.
hopping.
That,
dude.
that DJ was
Popping.
on point. Yeah, 100%.
I'm interested to see if Kid Rock shows up at his spot.
That would be awesome.
be cool.
It is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah,
you
maybe,
know?
you never
Maybe
know.
he shows up.
Maybe.
When did we go away for yours? Was that Memorial Day
It
weekend?
was
It's Memorial Day weekend. So
Yep.
now
Ooh,
we're
very
at the
nice.
end.
Yep.
Yeah, we came at the beginning of the summer one year. Now we're here at the end.
I gotta say,
Fun both times.
even to the boys in the back over there, everybody, this has been a hell of a summer, gentlemen.
sir.
It has.
And this is a good way to close it out. Congratulations,
Cheers.
Big Zoo, man,
Thank you, sir.
on your
I
marriage to be.
appreciate
There you go,
Yeah.
man. You have a-
I appreciate
Same
all you boys
vagina
coming out, man.
forever.
Oh, I love it. It's a great one.
All right. Now this can't go on YouTube. All right.
Listen, man, I didn't start it.
I'm gonna have to blur that part.
Yeah.
Edit that out. You know.
Look,
you
man,
could-
now you have a little memento too of your bachelor party, like for the future. You could look back at this episode. And
Oh
talk-
yeah, it's a good point. eh?
Remember when life was good?
You can see Mazzy
Right.
all disheveled and shit.
Well, I got some nice fashion.
Yeah, let's get up and do a fashion show for
Thank
us.
you to one of the best men there for my wedding, Mr. B. Got me some beautiful fucking fashionista items.
Yes.
Here, you know,
Yeah,
a
and
nice-
Keep your dildo in there
Yes.
Yeah.
He also got me a dildo as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in later before we go out.
because it's already in you now.
In my ass.
It's
Yeah.
more of
Yes.
an anal plug,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, semantics. But yeah, we can do a little fashion.
Yeah,
show, I guess,
take
right?
off the headset and do a little spin for us.
Let's go stand over there.
Sorry for those who are listening, but
Yeah. He's got a fanny pack. Well, first off, he's got a shirt that's called Bachelor Party Bobby, and it's 2 of the drunkest nights of his life. And then he's got a fanny pack crossbody saying same vagina forever.
Yeah.
He's got a little beer koozie saying game over, and a little very colorful but fashionable tutu.
this is all like bachelorette party stuff that he's
Yes.
wearing, which is even better.
Yes.
Brian bought him bachelorette party stuff instead of bachelor party stuff to put on him.
Well,
Either way,
the,
I'm fucking
the
wearing it out
Bachelorette
tonight,
city, capital of the
Yeah.
world.
It is.
You know what's
There's
funny
a lot
though?
of bachelorettes here.
BPB, the term Bachelor Party Bobby, I'm pretty sure was coined in Nashville, Tennessee.
It was.
Was it coined in Nashville?
It
or
was coined in Nashville.
No, it wasn't
was in
Nashville.
New Orleans.
Or was it New
No,
Orleans?
I was in New
I
Orleans. It was
believe-
another bachelor party that we went to.
No, before Nashville was just New Orleans, right?
I think it was Nashville. It was my bachelor party. You were a psychopath on
Yeah.
my bachelor
Potentially,
party.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you coined your own name, Bachelor Party
Fair
Bobby.
enough.
I don't
remember
Well, we're not going to get into
which one it
specifics
was,
here. It
but
might
yeah.
not be family friendly, so we'll
Yeah, no,
Actually, I
if
think
if
it
we were to
was-
talk
yeah.
about what caused the name, you probably wouldn't get married.
in big trouble.
No.
I mean,
There was nothing
we
like
kid,
that.
we kid, we kid.
this tequila's giving me heartburn. Wow, it's good.
It's sugary and it's rough, bro. It's
but
not that
it's,
great.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Like I drink it and I feel like
Yeah.
like a volcano. Coming
So
up.
you're telling me you want more?
I do want more. I might want a beer too, just to cool my fucking
Yeah,
esophagus
cool
down.
the Jets.
My esophagus
Yeah,
is
well,
like
we gotta hope one of these
Valyria, the volcano in
New
Valyria right
balls.
now. The
Get
doom,
us some beer.
The doom of Valyria in my fucking esophagus.
All right, so Doom review. What do you think? 1 out of 10, bro.
For this, what is this called again? Let's spell it out.
Siempre, I think.
Siempre. I don't know. Let's go
Siempre.
around the
I
room. What do you
forget
guys
what that
think?
means in Spanish. You don't even speak
All
Spanish,
the time.
do you?
Always.
Spanish?
Always. All the time.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
means. All right.
Yeah.
So-
all right, let me take another swig. I'll give a
Good
rating
looking
as
bottle
well.
though too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the bottle.
Yeah, the bottle's nice.
It's
I
a
like
fucking
the,
beautiful bottle. It's a nice
design of it.
label.
Fucking beautiful, bro.
It's got a nice texture on it. It feels really premium. I got to tell you.
Yeah?
It feels like a premium spirit when you hold it in your hand.
A premium spirit.
And then you have the cork top, which is very nice. And
That's
then you can
class.
Get a little
That's
nice,
class.
Let's see if you could hear this. I don't know if you could hear that, but
It's like an old school Mexican get drunk
Yeah.
bottle. You know what I mean?
There
Like-
should be a
Yeah.
fucking what is it? The worm at the bottom of it.
Yes. Like a narco definitely in Tijuana right now. He's drinking out of one of those too. He's having a good night. Any night might be his
Let me see
last
this.
I
night.
gotta tell you, I'm not a big tequila fan, but it's a little hot, but it goes down very smooth.
Yeah.
The taste is nice. It's not like garbage fucking Patron or anything.
It's the Reposado. It's 40% alcohol. Let's see.
The drinkability
It takes
is there.
a little faith to follow your dreams and go all or nothing. That's why our passion shines through in every bottle we produce. Created using the perfect balance of Eastern-grown Blue Weber agave from both the highlands of Los Altos and the valley of Volcan de Tequila. Ooh, we should have a bachelor party in Volcan de Tequila.
I feel
That
like you
sound-
pronounced that wrong. I don't know how to correct you on this one, but
I
you
don't
definitely
speak
pronounced
Spanish,
that wrong.
but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it was wrong.
Okay. Ultra rare,
break it, boss.
traditionally
It's probably right.
made
Who knows?
in a small Mexican town named Tequila.
Guadalupe.
It was. I mean, it's all right. It just gives me a little heartburn.
It's sugary and it's spicy.
I'll tell you what, though, just in general, I like tequilas that are dark. Like, brown tequilas are way
I don't like
better.
the blancos.
Aged,
Yeah.
aged tequila all day,
Yeah.
baby.
What do we want to give it? Let's go around the room. What do you guys think? 1 out of 10.
I
Thanks for
don't drink tequila.
Lucha's Crocs now are
1 to 10. I'd probably I would give it a solid 7.
all right.
Oh,
You
I
ever
don't
even
drink
try
tequila.
it?
No.
No.
I've
Only
been
fucking guy that's
The
Spanish.
only Latino here. He's not going to have the fucking tequila. What kind
Hey,
of
he's
shit
the
is
king
that?
of the trash
Well,
realm.
yeah, well, half the
True.
fucking city now know I'm Spanish because my
Yeah.
back of my shirt says Spaniard on it.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Be careful. We're gonna fucking. They're gonna deport your ass soon.
How
We're gonna
great
call
must
ICE.
it have
Yeah,
felt?
one guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you clean up the mess over here?" I said, "I don't work here."
Fucking, this poor guy had
Not
had
racist
a
because he said it.
the poor guy had to drive a bicycle around the town of Nashville all day with his name Spaniard on the back of his shirt because that's what his white friend calls him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's drinkable, but man, it's giving me some heartburn
It's
every
hot.
once in a
It
while.
is hot.
Yeah.
It is hot, but it does taste good. I
Yeah,
could drink
I think
that all
it's,
night.
yeah.
I think I
It
could.
doesn't. It's not like I'm like choking this up.
No,
like I'm
not at
choking
all.
every time I drink it.
No,
I'm gonna
it
throw
wasn't
up.
like that. Some of that moonshine at
Is
what
that
was it,
Thunder?
the Old Smoky.
I don't know. I hope so. It sounds nice in the background. What do you think, Cap? What do you want to give it?
Old 4. I'm only drinking it because it's here.
4 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure it's messing up my stomach. It is super spicy.
Okay.
It is super sugary. I would have rather if we bought anything else, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I mean, it's drinkable as you say, but
If we're gonna compare it to like a Casamigos, if we're gonna say that's the gold standard, at least in my opinion for
Yeah.
tequila, I think that's pretty solid, right? If we're gonna start there, aside from like a Clase Azul, which is obviously just
There's stuff that's comparable
or
to
Don
it.
Julio 1942. If we're gonna compare it to that, then yeah, I think it's way down the line.
this
there,
is
but-
this is cheap stuff to drink on a bachelor
Yeah,
party
that's
to
what
get
I mean.
drunk.
That's how I'm rating it.
Yeah. Still affording me.
All right.
What do you guys think about Patron?
Garbage.
0.
Negative 25.
Yeah.
You know what Patron is? Patron is like industrial made,
Yeah.
just to do shots with.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to do I got 15 people at the bar, 15 shots of Patron. Because
Yeah.
you don't know what else to order.
$45 a
What
shot.
other else, yeah, right. $698
Yeah.
for fucking 15. It's trash, though. It tastes like shit.
Yeah.
No, it's garbage.
Yeah. You
but
you
that-
almost
that
need to
was
eat a
the
lime
standard
with
It's
it.
too
while.
mainstream. Oh, yes, it was. But
That's
then
the
I
standard
feel
for a
like
while.
tequila blew up a little bit more.
Yeah, well, when they started coming out with like how they did with like the microbreweries for whiskey and bourbon, they started doing that for tequila too. Like George Clooney has Casamigos, and
Yes.
now The Rock has Terramana, which I'm not a big fan of.
And,
Terramana just
I
came out with their
and-
Anejo finally.
Vinny from Entourage has Avion.
Oh, Avion is actually not too bad. That came out 15 years ago, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Herradura is fantastic. I can't. Centenario or Centenato is very tasty. Very underestimated bottle right there. And I mean, my favorite's always going to be Don Julio Anejo.
The 1942.
No,
Yeah.
just the Anejo
Oh, just the
bottle.
regular
Yeah.
Añejo? Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite tequila is always going to be Clase Azul.
Yeah.
About
Oh, the blue and white bottle?
$150
That's the
for a
one with the
bottle.
bell.
Yeah.
Is
white
that
blue.
that one is
Yes.
good. Yes. If
Yeah.
anybody knows what we're talking about, it's the fancy bottle that's blue and white
one?
with the bell
It's
on
like
the top.
So-
white porcelain with blue.
So did you ever
That is
see
good.
the matte blue and the matte black and the gloss black bottle?
Yes,
Yeah.
those are expensive.
Yeah.
The
They're
black one
thousands
is
of
probably
dollars
about
each, yeah.
$1,000, yeah.
Yeah. I want to try one of those pretty
I
badly.
wanted to get. This is
Yeah.
off the topic of tequila, but I wanted to get a bottle of Louis XIII for my wedding.
Oh, it's we got time. You got
Yeah,
what,
but
3 months? We
it's
could do it.
$3,500. So
We
that's
pull
the
up some.
problem.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
We
We had
spend no expense.
we had 21-year age Scotch for Brian, and
Yeah.
that's a bit
20 on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
$20 on the 3,500. Yeah, to make it then.
there's
I'll find out.
I always
37
wanted to
over
try
bourbon, but that would-
G something Stag. It's got the antlers on the bottle. I'm pretty sure it's like $3,000. It's bourbon though. Sorry, it's not tequila.
bourbon, okay.
But it's like a $3,000 bottle of bourbon that I would really like to try.
Dude, when we were in Arizona for Greg's bachelor party a couple weeks ago, we were in Costco and we were like buying our shit. This guy's putting his fucking foot behind his head. We were in Costco and we were buying like supplies for the whole weekend. They had a bottle of something. I don't remember what it was, but it was $25,000.
What?
In Costco, bro. in
$25,000.
Costco. It was $25,000.
You could get a car, or you could get one bottle.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why is it? Like, they probably never sold one ever. Like, who the fuck is going to go to Costco to buy a $25,000 bottle?
Andrew
who can
Tate.
afford that bottle are not buying.
Yeah, they're going to go to like an auction or some shit.
Yeah, they're not shopping at Costco.
You know, interesting tidbit about Costco. They're the biggest wine retailer in the entire country. You know that?
Kirkland's got the shit, man.
Biggest
Really?
wine retailer in
I believe it.
the country.
They sell a lot. They have good prices, man.
They got golf clubs now.
Yes, they make their own Kirkland golf club. Apparently, they're pretty good.
Yeah, supposedly. they're
Everything
really good.
Kirkland's good.
Yeah,
the
man.
gasoline, the
Well,
broccoli.
you know what it is? They don't fucking make anything. They pay companies to buy.
What's up,
they
gentlemen?
Pay companies to license the products, and they just slap their name on it.
Right.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. They probably
to go.
vet. They probably vet like the product
yeah, I'm
though.
sure
It's
they
got to
do.
be like a good product to get the Kirkland brand. Yep.
There it is.
Nah, get crazy, boys. Fuck it.
Yeah, so if you're up here, I mean, obviously, if you're watching, you can't see, but there's, all these houses. are the
AA
same.
meeting, right?
They all have rooftops, and the rooftops are all similar. So this place is set up for a good party. Like
You boys are here for rehab, right? AA? Yeah.
yeah. You have a bunch of bachelorette parties or bachelor parties like on each thing. You could have like a rave.
Yeah, you could have a rager. Yeah,
Yeah, you could.
Absolutely.
Throw things at each other. People jump from roof to
I
roof
mean,
like
that's how-
Spider-Man.
That's how I get my rocks off. I just like to throw things at people. Bronx kids, see?
Bronx kids, yeah. Ruin perfectly good FaceTimes at the
yeah.
beach just
Oh,
to
yeah.
throw rocks into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Big Mark, man? Big Mark, you want to jump in here, buddy? You falling asleep?
Marge and the Podge after Dodge.
Mark is
Big Mark's got a glass
special
of milk.
boy.
I like
Outer
it.
space. Outer space more.
All right, who's hopping off?
I'll hop
For a minute.
off.
All right.
I'll give him space.
Marge. Oh, yeah, we got to get
We'll
him.
rotate here. We only brought 4 mics,
Yeah, rotate.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, look at this guy.
This is
Only a
For the
hero can
record.
save us.
If you were ever
Thank
to
God.
wonder what a true gentleman is, it's Big Mark in the
Yeah.
Park After Dark.
Have a
Yes,
seat.
we're now in the park after dark,
Absolute
baby.
gentleman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get the headset over that.
How you
Yeah.
feeling after
I
those
don't know.
treats?
That's all right. I don't need the
You don't
headset.
need
I
to
can
go
hear you
there.
guys perfectly well.
So,
How you
thank
feeling after those treats, bud?
Oh, treats were good.
Treats were good?
Yeah.
The dog treats we're talking about, of course.
Yes, right. We've been eating dog treats.
So Mark, you get any new pops? Are we going to do another pop episode, boys?
Did I get any new pops? I actually just bought 2
Oh, wait. Sorry. This is Unhealthy Pop Session.
Okay.
You have recognized him from
Sick Pop Session.
Sick Pop
I don't
Session.
post
Sorry.
anymore. I don't live with my collection anymore, so I don't post.
But you have seen Mark on multiple of the Popcasts.
Yes.
One of our little
For a while.
popular side episodes, man.
His pop collection moved out.
Yeah.
They left him.
Pretty
Yeah, they
much,
grew
yeah.
up. They moved
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Mark's
Very-
living a
very
new life
sad.
now. Yeah.
I don't get to look at them anymore, so I'll just have them shipped to my granny's.
Yeah.
So she'll be like, "All right, the boxes are piling up again," and I'll go to their place, and they're just a pile
Yeah.
of boxes. in front
Oh,
of my door.
Mark, the Spider-Man looks so nice. I can't
She
believe you
loves
got
it,
Homer
though.
Simpson.
She does
yeah.
do that. I swear.
But she just
It's
polish
fun.
them when you're not around?
She takes good care of it. She likes pop. She has a couple. I bought her
yeah?
a couple Winnie the Pooh pops. She
Your
likes
grandma
pop.
was big into Walking Dead, I remember.
She got me into it.
Yeah.
My
Really?
grandma. Yeah, I didn't watch
For
it
Doom
until her.
Nation at home, Mark's grandmother is a saint.
Yeah,
She is one of the most wonderful, lovely women to ever grace this planet, and she's awesome to
she
hang
is
out with.
a
She'll watch this
bomb
too, and she'll
Zeppeli
be
maker.
so touched that you guys said that. She'll
Yes.
actually watch it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. We're getting a new subscriber.
I know
Let's
she's
go.
all over you and Sam's Facebook with
yeah.
the baby. She loves that baby.
Yeah.
Wants to meet her so bad.
Yeah, let's do something. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She always will leave me like a nice note, like, oh, she's so beautiful, etc.
And when
yeah.
she sees you post something, she thinks you're posting it to her page.
All right, that's all right.
Thinks Facebook
She can
works.
keep, she can keep
I'm
thinking
like,
that. It's
Grandma,
fine.
it's a public thing.
I make
Yeah.
her feel good,
Yeah, no.
I don't even know.
Well,
yeah.
now what you know you got to do, you actually have to start,
start
sending
DMing
stuff
her.
to her.
Yeah.
It'll really blow her, throw
She
her for
won't
a
know the
loop.
difference anyway.
Slide in the DMs, with little baby G.
If I catch you, my grandma's DM.
Oh man. So Mark, you were drinking that milk. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's that.
Espresso moonshine.
How is that? Because I asked Jim, but he mumbled
It's
and
local
walked
flair.
away.
It's-
Isn't it
it's-
this? Is that
All right.
something?
Exactly.
So let's go
that.
back to this. This is Old Smoky Moonshine. This is what is this? Mountain Java. It's called.
Mountain Java, yeah.
What'd you think?
Coffee cream liqueur.
Is it
It's good.
creamy?
It's very creamy. It's a little sweeter than I usually drink, but it's tasty as hell. It's not my usual type of drink, but for right now, I can't stop drinking it. It's
Yeah.
really good. And
You're
that
gonna feel
place
like
in
shit
particular
later.
was really cool.
Yeah, what did you guys think of Old Smoky Mountain
Well, the
Distillery?
tasting was awesome. Man.
Yes.
I
Yes.
wasn't a fan.
What was your
Things-
favorite? Oh, you liked the White Lightning, right?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, 160
this
proof?
Is our 160 proof. It's the strongest
You
stuff
didn't
can get
fucking
here.
do it with us.
I did
the
the
tasting.
shot, assuming I'm going to be like, oh. I was fine. I
I
enjoyed
almost
it.
puked
I
on
actually
it.
liked it.
He took the shot, and he negated the next 6 shots that we got.
I
To
continued
reject every
to
single other one.
I've been there
Finish
before.
everything that you
Yes.
left.
Yep.
The pickles.
I still
The
paid
pickle
for it.
one was tasty. There was
That
no
on a
alcohol in
sandwich,
that.
dude.
There was
would
no.
be
I thought it was
fantastic.
alcohol.
There was, but you don't
Oh, so you
taste
didn't
it.
taste it.
You didn't
Got it.
taste
No,
it.
not at all. You just taste the pickle.
The salted caramel was
The
wild.
best one.
And what about the purple one? What was the purple one?
I don't remember the name. I thought they were all pretty good.
Hey, man, so shout out to Old Smoky Moonshine
Yeah,
Distillery.
man.
Local
Check
good
it out
shit.
if you're ever in
Delicious
Nashville.
stuff,
It's honestly a nice spot, regardless
And-
of what you think about moonshine.
And then
It's
on
a
top
good
of it,
spot.
the back. So you walk into
blizzards.
this bar, you walk into this distillery, and the front end is this big 360 bar where you can do a moonshine tasting. I think we tasted 5 to 6 different moonshines, and they gave you a beer
free beer,
included.
yeah.
Well, you got us the espresso one, if you remember.
Yes,
You're
I
like,
got
"Can
us a
we
free
try
shot."
coffee
Yeah, yeah.
one?" And she's like, I'm not supposed to do this.
Yeah,
Bing,
we got an
bing,
extra
bing,
shot.
and
And then on the next side is an actual stage with a live band all day long and a dance floor. Then there's like a little cafeteria. Then you go into the backyard and they got a glizzy truck out there. And we had a couple. I had a Chicago
I got
glizzy.
caught in some blizzard. I got
Yeah. Blizzards down your throat all day, baby. Gaggers.
Chili blizzard. It was
Yeah.
good.
Does anyone know why the young folk nowadays have started
Call 'em
calling
glizzy?
hot
Yeah,
dogs
Because
glizzies?
NY Street Talks. Bing bong.
Is that?
Yeah, but where
can,
did
can
that
someone
come
Google
from,
this?
though?
Google. Someone Google
I'll
this.
Google it. I'll be a young
Where
Jamie.
has the term glizzy originated
I don't know.
from? Because we're old now, so I don't know.
But I
We're
love the
not
term
hip
glizzy.
anymore.
We're out of the.
Yeah, but I'm
out
going
of
to
the-
use it.
We're now
I'm
the
going to
old
use it.
curmudgeons. Oh, the young
But on top
generation
of
there.
it,
What
they
are
had
talking about?
Yeah.
They're called hot dogs.
behind the distillery, they had a cornhole tournament going on. They had the preseason game going on, and they had live coverage of the game going on. And they had their own podcast studio.
They had a podcast studio at the Old Smoky
That
Moonshine
spot
place.
was
Looked pretty cool.
pretty good.
Yeah, what was that podcast called? It said it there. It said something.
You think I read, bro? Get the fuck
yeah,
out of
that's
here.
right. The captain can't spell. He also can't read.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. You
Okay,
find
so
anything?
I got something. Yeah, I got something. I don't know how much truth there is. to it,
Glizzy
but,
origins.
This, I mean, and you know,
I hope it's a better origin story than She-Hulk.
caveat. This is a 2.5 second Google that I did, so you know we're just gonna roll with it. But according to Daily Rap Facts, whatever the fuck that is, the term glizzy originated in America around the Washington D.C. and Maryland area back in 2016, and is local slang for a gun. But along with it being as an alternative name for guns, people in D.C. area have long used the phrase as another title for hot dogs.
All right.
And there it is.
There it is.
There it is,
Pow,
folks.
It's a
pow,
funny
and
name.
it's Chomp chomp.
Oh, it's a great
Yeah,
name.
I think it's funny.
Glizzy, yeah.
Blizzards.
You know, yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Anybody know where I get a glizzy poo around here?
Glizzies.
So I really like Nashville, man. I like how last night we went to one of the bars and they were checking people's belts to see if they were carrying. And it reminds me
right.
kind of what Alex
So-
Abernathy was saying. He's like, bro, everyone down here is carrying.
Yeah.
Everyone.
We could have carried, but we would have had open carry.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, me and Mark are talking maybe like a day or two, like Wednesday, Tuesday before we got down here. And we're talking about, can we bring weed? Is it legal? Blah, blah, blah. And weed's not recreational legally down here, but in New York it is, and blah, 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 blah. And so Mark was like, I'm surprised it's such an issue. And I was like, oh, man, it's a red state down here. Reagan's war on drugs is still being waged down here.
Yeah.
But, with the alternative, last time we were here, we met that convicted felon who had been arrested. Convicted felon who's been. I was drinking moonshine all day, boys.
Convicted
Fuck you want from me? Where he's like, I've been arrested 26 times, and they still let me get strapped.
Yeah.
And
you
so
can't smoke a joint on
yeah,
the corner.
exactly.
Culture, man.
Go
Different
figure.
culture.
Yeah. I gotta say, I said it from the last time I was here. I haven't seen it much since I've been here, but this is a town that proudly calls 1911 before they call 911.
Yeah.
They will shoot your ass before they get the police involved.
Yep.
I liked when we were on the Sprocket Rocket, the bicycle bar tour before. We passed in front of Kid Rock's. So this is something that everybody listening that you normally listen to the show would appreciate. We passed in front of Kid Rock's honky tonk, and there was a bunch of homeless people sitting on the
Oh my
floor
God, yes.
in front of Kid Rock's honky tonk, and they had chairs, they were starting to move in. They had pizza boxes, a whole bunch of
Shantytown.
stuff. And the bouncers literally took out the holes and they started spraying the whole area and spraying them to get them up and and
They
move.
did
And
the-
I would just look at them like, this ain't L.A., folks. You gotta get the fuck up and get out of here. You're not allowed to just sit on the sidewalk.
Hey, man,
They did
look,
the old
it's
Italian
a place of
man.
business.
Right.
I mean, look. I mean, yes, it's terrible the circumstances that they're in,
I
but
agree,
I
yeah.
mean, you walk by them
But-
and they don't smell great.
But listen, we've
I'm
seen
sorry to
we've
say it,
seen
but-
we've seen homeless people down here. But this homeless population's nothing like walking down Fifth Avenue.
No, not at
Remember
all.
when we went to Vegas 10 years ago almost? There was people living in bushes on the fucking Hollywood Strip back then.
That's where I aspire to live.
Yeah.
It's an
Well, yes.
interesting problem, right? Like you have so many, like, it's not so bad here, but like in L.A. or in Vegas,
Yeah.
you have so many people that are homeless or they've gone to those areas because the weather
It's
is
easier to be
temperate, right? So
homeless.
you can kind of
Temperate,
like
yeah.
live outside forever. But at the same time, like then they just like they're camping on the sidewalk, and it defeats the purpose of like this is a sidewalk where you could walk. And there's a park here, and it's meant for the public, but people are camping in there.
They're clearly getting
like
in the
it's
way.
like I
Somebody-
feel bad for them, and we
Nah.
we
Of
should
course,
try and help them if we can
Yeah.
somehow. I don't mean by through taxes. I mean like voluntarily, but I don't know. Like I
So-
don't think they should just be allowed to camp.
So to
forever. Like,
piggyback
why-
to piggyback off of your point, I don't remember if this was said on a show or if I heard it on another show. I pay a lot of money in taxes to keep those sidewalks intact. Get the fuck off my
Yeah,
sidewalk.
but hold on. There has to be some kind of social safety net, right? Because if
No, there
fucking
shouldn't
cunt.
be.
No, look.
There shouldn't be.
No, look. Because look, imagine it's a fucking horrible
fence to that one.
circumstance. Imagine if you were in that fucking circumstance, right? Look, obviously the help should not fucking go on forever. Nobody should get a fucking free lunch out here. But if you're in that circumstance, if that kind of situation befalls you, right? You've paid taxes your whole fucking life, right? Shouldn't you get something out of that?
Yes, you're right. If you've paid into the system,
Right.
yes,
Maybe
I think,
these
I
people
think,
are.
but I
You know
think
what
that's
I'm
a
saying?
bad investment to begin with. If you were paying into that, yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
in principle,
Right.
Yeah, like you should. Like if you paid into taxes, you should get like a safety net. But I think all of those things together are worse than if people like voluntarily
You know what?
chose to do it. Like
You
or
know
it
what the
was
problem, though, is?
privatized,
Yeah,
and there was
yeah,
some
okay.
like competition
you know,
to it, or
the-
like I had a
But
stake
who's
in
paying
it.
into that if it's privatized? The homeless people ain't fucking paying.
People
for it.
Right.
who live in the neighborhood and don't want fucking like
Oh, I see what you're
bums
saying.
living
Yeah.
on their street.
They pay
Yeah,
to
but
get
hey,
rid of that.
Let's start a community program where we help these homeless people get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then that's like
Yeah.
what, like an HOA? Like who's gonna pay?
All right,
into
but
that?
still, no.
something
You
like
could
that,
even
yeah.
change it, even if
But
the
then
community.
it's like taxes, you know.
No, even if the
No,
community got together and was like, okay, you guys are the homeless population. We are going to build 10 buildings, and you're each going to get your own apartment. But for the community, you now have to start gardening in the gardens. You now have to start, you know what I mean? Like, as a
Contribute.
yeah, a privatized company that, so let's say the company that does the roads, right? We're paying the privatized company to do the roads and expand their business. Take some of these homeless people, employ them. They'll live in, the communities that.
Okay.
Yeah,
for them. Okay.
So remove the state and the Fed. You know what I mean? More localized, smaller government
Right.
where we take care of ourselves.
Okay.
Farm to table type of shit.
Yeah.
Put them in a productive
Yeah,
position.
that's good for them. Man.
Yeah, put them in a productive
A lot of
position.
them, that's what they're looking for,
Yeah.
to be honest. But you know what? They
don't know,
can't
dude.
get.
No,
a fucking
some of them
job.
don't
Some
want
of
to.
them
Yeah.
want to stay where
But
they're
also,
at.
you have to
Obviously.
think of it down here. The homeless population's not that bad, right? We've seen homeless people, but 1, 2, blah, 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 14, 20. What did we count with these cranes before? Each one of these cranes represents a different construction company. Maybe not a different construction company, but a different construction
project,
job.
a different project.
You got 2 hands, 2 feet, and you could carry a hammer. You could probably
I
get a
don't know,
fucking
dude.
job.
You can't just. You're not gonna. If you have no skill in
I understand that,
constructing
but
anything,
but
you can't just
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
you on
but
the
anyway,
side. and be
no,
like,
no,
"Hey,
no,
How
have
much
a
skill does
building
it
built
take
by
to wave a
homeless
flag
people.
to stop
Exactly.
traffic?
The-
No, that's
ex-
true.
There's definitely a position that you could be given to be making money.
I
And the
agree.
whole argument to raise the minimum wage because the cost of life is too expensive. Raising the minimum wage isn't going to help you. Lowering the cost of living is what needs to go on.
Raising the
if
minimum wage, all that's going to do is whatever company, just take
Yeah.
McDonald's for example, because that's a very
they'll start
popular
kicking
example.
people out. Yeah.
No, not even that. What are
They're
they
gonna
going
automate
to do?
the
They're going to
jobs.
fucking number one, automate the fucking job. Like now that they have all over Manhattan, they have the like you don't even like a fucking
have to
person
speak
doesn't
to a
even take your
single
right.
person, yeah. You
Exactly.
walk
And then
up
what do
and
they
you
do?
bang.
You raise the fucking minimum wage, they raise prices.
That too, right?
It evens out.
Well, just with the new debt program, you're going to you're going to be forgiven $10,000. You don't think the college is going to raise tuition next year, $10,000 next year?
Absolutely.
So the cost, if you look at the cost of stuff back in the 70s and with inflation, inflation that was in the 70s, so with 70s inflation, the cost of a house that would be with today's money was only like $400,000 back then. So that equated to like, let's say $150,000.
Right.
We have increased. The cost of living has shot up like 1,000% compared to the increase of inflation over the years.
Yeah. These are not real numbers.
Yeah, no.
These are just
yes, exactly.
I'm not breaking your
No,
balls,
but exactly. So we're not even, the cost of living isn't even following inflation. Right. It's just out of control because there's greed and you can make money. The people who did all these houses, this is a great business idea. Well, we said yesterday, go deeper into Nashville, find where the suburbs are going to be, and let's make a gated condo community. You want to make fucking money? Let's start.
It's also risky though because you don't know what's going to happen.
Nah. Look at all of this.
2 years, you don't know.
President Biden could deem half of the population terrorists and start a war with us, and now all of a sudden, Tennessee, Nashville, everything are being bombed by the Air Force.
Yeah, but
it's not valuable property anymore. Well, you never know. Some shit.
If there's the divorce that you've always talked about, guess where we're moving?
Here, yes, I agree. This is a nice place.
Yeah,
this is a nice
spot,
mixture between like country yet city, fun, and even like I was saying yesterday, where we were sitting on the balcony here, like looking out. Like if you're looking out right now at the downtown, sky, whatever it's called, like skyline here of Nashville, and then you look like, I don't know, a little bit to your right, it's just mountains and country. It's very, like it's a nice place, being that they haven't just paved over everything. Although this is like a red area. It's a nice mixture of like nature and city, and like they're building things.
And that's a storm coming this way.
Over there, we're right. Yeah,
but just going
we're gonna
out,
go an hour here, so
it's obviously a very red state. We're in the South, but just going out and talking to the people in the bars, or maybe because it's a little touristy, but you don't. At least me, I don't get that vibe.
Nobody's wearing masks down here.
What do you mean by that vibe? What do you mean?
Like a super Republican, super red.
But you have to understand something.
I know what I mean.
But that vibe only exists in the mainstream media.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's not a true feeling. It's not a true action. It's not a true mentality. They'll label you fascist, and they'll label you a domestic terrorist, and they'll say you're the party that is trying to destroy and tear apart America. What does that party really want? We don't
barbecue.
Yeah, we want to be able to protect ourselves. We don't want to have to lay down and die.
Right.
We don't want to abort babies at 9 months. We don't want to. We want parents to choose what their children are taught in schools. Yeah. We don't want our children to be over-sexualized by transgender, cross-dressing, drag show queens.
We want everyone to live happy, prosperous lives, and they have fun.
Right.
It's fulfilling.
We don't want the IRS.
Everyone has a lot to everyone just lives a good life.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone, doesn't matter what you look
like,
whatever.
The thing is,
that's what for the most part. And you could nitpick like MAGA's, like MAGA policies or whatever, like which I do as a libertarian. Some of their policies are awful, but without a doubt, like the general idea is like, hey, we think this, this way of doing things would be better for everyone.
Right.
Like they say, like the rising tide lifts all boats. Essentially, like that is essentially what most.
I have a question for you guys. I saw this on TikTok. The guy was talking about it and explaining it. All right. Do you think we are at a point in time in history where we could eliminate the Senate and the House?
Fucking useless.
I am the Senate.
So the Senate is our state representative.
Right.
So we speak to the Senate as their constituents who voted for them and say, we want paved roads and we want, abortion to be legal and we want.
And then they say no.
Well, fine, whatever. But we are supposed to voice what we want to the Senate, and then the Senate is supposed to voice that to the federal government, and that's how our states ran, right?
In theory.
In theory, yes. Very dumbed down version for the sake of time.
Right. Dumb guy.
But now with social media and the internet, and everybody having their voice, we could hold online petitions and forums that just supersede the Senate and the House. We don't need these politicians making decisions for us. We could collectively, and yes, it could go down a dark path. You could go down a dark path where everybody just starts saying 2 + 2 = 5, and that's it. We bend reality. But we're at a point in time where over social media, we could surpass what our senators and our governors want.
You're right, but the problem is that a lot of people in the United States and even across the world are fucking stupid. Okay?
Yeah,
And
but
that's the
putting
reason-
stupid people in charge don't help
couldn't have
either.
said that any. You couldn't have put that any more perfect.
But dude,
yes.
I mean, but
took
look,
it out of my
that's
mouth. That was the
that's
next
the
thing I was
fucking
gonna
okay.
say.
But look at it. That's the reason for the Electoral College in the fucking first place,
Yeah.
right? When the founding fathers were setting up the fucking government of this country, they had zero fucking confidence in the average fucking
Right.
person. They didn't think like they.
Rightly so.
Yeah, especially at that time, and even more so
And
now,
more
right?
so now.
Even more so now. So that's why they created the Electoral College. They had no faith that the average person was going to vote for anything that made any fucking kind of sense. You know, they would vote for a fucking tree with a dildo on it, you know, and say, "Oh, this is my governor. That's what I fucking like."
Yeah, but now we're to a point where there's a majority of people saying we value these MAGA views, right? There's
Or
a
the
majority of
America
people
first.
saying
Yeah, let's just call it the America first.
okay, so we have a majority of people saying we value this America First agenda, and we have the government saying you guys are terrorists and fascists for believing in this.
What do
We
you
don't
think?
have
Yeah.
our voice to say that we agree with
Let's
this
get some
anymore.
different opinions, man, for once. But Mark, you're not really much of a political person. What do you think about?
I don't even know if
everything
Mark
going
knows what
on
would be
in-
going
in
on
the
with
world
this.
lately?
I'm not political because I don't believe that anything they tell us is actually the truth.
Oh, so you-
all debate is based on information that to me is not actual information or may not be.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm a
yeah.
huge conspiracy theorist. I don't think anything is real. Like, what they tell us is not what's going on. Who knows how much of that is true? But I don't trust the media. I don't trust the government. I'm not too patriotic. You know, it's the best place in the world to live. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean we're
After
perfect,
this, there's
and it
nowhere
doesn't
else.
mean our government doesn't have
What up,
other
baby?
What's going on, gentlemen?
motives besides taking care of their people. So that's why I'm not political. I don't follow shit. I just kind of stay in my own little bubble.
You're turned off by the whole process.
am.
I
I'm
get
very
it. I
turned
get it.
off,
Believe me,
yeah.
it's disgusting.
Because
You know,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You hear this, you hear that, you hear this opinion, that opinion. This is going this way, and who the fuck?
You want to hear a little truth bomb though? The super unfortunate part about all this, no matter what the future holds, whether we live in the pods and eat the bugs and own nothing and be happy, or America first, the country gets shaped up and shipped out to a better way of living, and we're all prosperous and stuff. We never again cannot, as a group of people, and I'm talking about the citizens of America, we can never allow to be hands off on the government ever again. What Skaggs and I do, everybody in this country for the rest of time is going to need to be on top of the government, just like Professor Nick, just like Alan from the Great Divide podcast, just like Sergeant and Samurai, just like all our friends in the Patriot Podcast Network. But think of it.
Yeah,
think of it.
I think it's a big ask you're making. You're
I
asking
understand
every
this.
person to care.
But-
I think something I've learned recently is like most people don't care.
Exactly, and that's why they've been allowed to do this.
But there's nothing we can change. We can't change that. We never will.
They go-
Right?
a
Like,
lot-
in
of
general, like
people-
humans.
So a lot of people,
Oh, nice, even better.
what I've come to realize recently.
I have risen.
Yeah, nice power nap. He's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He did luch yoga.
Go ahead,
a
James.
lot
What are you
of
trying to say?
a lot of people just want to live that comfortable lifestyle. Like even when I was talking before about the Uber driver, all he wanted to do was buy a home, and he bought a home. Like
Right.
everybody just wants a comfortable life.
We just want to
Most
barbecue
people
and be
just wanna
left alone.
barbecue.
They don't
want to
wanna
have to worry
be-
about
Yeah.
politics
And-
Right.
and all this.
But here's the thing.
But you gotta.
So
and
no,
now-
I just don't.
And now there's
So.
two different spectrums, right?
And
It's
then
like-
this is where we
it's
are.
Like, yeah, it's like you look away for a while because you're living a comfortable lifestyle, and then they just start spending your money on all this other shit when there's people who need help. So like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you change that? You know, it's
I
just
think,
like the nonchalant.
yeah.
Because I get your point. Because that's where I'm at now. It's like, fuck. Like I don't even think I'm gonna vote ever again.
No,
No,
you
you
gotta
never
vote.
voted, and
You
I
gotta
don't
vote.
think- Yeah.
Listen,
my vote
listen,
do that.
means anything.
listen. I'll tell you where to vote, boys. You don't think your vote matters, and I understand that. Don't vote for the president then. Fine. But when it's the governor and the mayor and it's the school boards of your town and stuff like this, that's when you need to vote. Start fixing. You live in Section A of the town you live in, and you live in Section B of the town you live in. And Skaggs did it for the section of Connecticut of the town he lives in. I did it for where I live in when the New York primaries came. If COVID taught you anything, fix your house first. The people that immediately affect your immediate schools, affect your immediate health care, affect your immediate policy and stuff, those are the elections, the little bullshit ones that they don't tell you about, because that's how they get away with it.
Exactly.
Those, even though your vote might not matter, that's where you need to show up and get your voice heard.
So I understand what you're saying. You're like, I don't want to vote. You know, the whole thing sucks. I agree with you. It's awful, right? And sometimes, and for the most part too, like when you vote for president, your vote doesn't even really matter because it goes based on the electoral college and all that stuff. But like, the way I look at it is things are fucked big time right now, right? And back in the day, like the founding fathers, like they risked blood. Was a famous quote, right? Like blood, treasure, and like skin, like in the game. If for most people can be like, I hate everything going on here. I don't even want to vote. It's like the least you could do is vote.
Yeah.
And you could even think like the whole thing is rigged, like Trump thinks or whatever. Fine, whatever. But like even
just
then,
anyway.
just go
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I actually don't think democracy is a great system anymore because like at best it becomes tyranny of the majority. At worst, it becomes tyranny of the minority. Right, with the electoral college. But this is the system we live in. It is what it is. The least you could do is go on one day, every once in a blue moon, and push a button and vote. Mm-hmm. What that actually does, I don't know. The jury's still out on the whole thing, right? But like, if you want to talk about like,
because I want to know who counts the votes. That's my thinking. My
But also,
mindset
then-
is, okay, if
You-
I go
you
to
can
this
volunteer
ballot
for
and
it.
I vote. Is that fucking vote going
Who
to
knows?
actually
Yeah.
count towards the outcome
But-
of this?
but Mark-
and I don't believe it does, based on what I see as a normal citizen that doesn't really pay attention.
But
to
understand,
it,
you could-
But what I see is lies.
You
so
could-
why
but
am I
when he-
supposed to
yeah.
trust that I'm gonna waste my day to go and vote?
You're
and
not wasting
actually
your
give
day.
a fuck about something.
You're not wasting your day. You're wasting
But
5
you're
minutes.
wasting your day and your whole time if what you're actually believing and what
Yes,
you're
but in
voting
the
on,
long run-
if that vote that you care so much about doesn't go anywhere,
All right, so hear me out
and
this.
they already have the outcome
Hear me out then.
let
already
Mark rant.
determined,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't matter who's counting the fucking votes.
Right.
That's who I want to speak
'Cause
to.
You sound like Trump. Who's
Yeah.
counting the votes?
But
Who's counting the votes?
who oversees that? The government,
Mark-
right?
Mark
Right, that's
so
right.
basically,
You sound
to
like an
me,
anarchist, buddy. Yeah.
But that's how I feel. To me, they could just say, okay, this is who we want in. So we'll say these are how the votes came out. You're not supposed to tell other people who you voted for, right? So how could you actually find out what the real vote was?
So I agree with you 100%.
Shouldn't there be a
I'm
citizen,
now an anarchist.
like a
I think the
random
whole system.
schlub that's
Yes.
also there to count
100%.
the fucking, like me,
Yes.
a random drunken bum sitting there just making sure the counts make sense.
Yes, 100% agree with you. I think yes, like we should think a little like you're thinking like a level deeper than most people think about the whole thing. And
That's
I agree
how I've
with
always
you.
thought about it.
Yes, and like libertarians and anarchists will think of this, think of it this way. And one of the things I think is great actually about the Trump people is they are a large portion of the population, and they are now very skeptical about like the idea of voting and democracy and all this. And there's a lot of the time they're skeptical of it because of the cult of personality, right? Like, oh, Trump lost and they rigged it. It's rigged because they hate Trump.
I
whatever.
felt this
Fine,
way
fine,
before
but
Trump.
I think it's a good thing in general that people are like, this fucking system kind of sucks. It's not working. It
'Cause
doesn't
that's the only thing
seem
that's
like
gonna make change.
It's legit. You know what I mean? Is it or not? I don't know. But I like that. At least half the population's now. It's like, this is not good.
Yeah.
It's not working
I've
well.
met a
But
lot of
the-
people
but
that
what
agree
you were
with me
saying
and think
before-
the same type of thing.
What you were saying before, thinking your vote doesn't count and who counts it. You could
But
always
I also
volunteer.
Agree what you said. The more
Localized
personal,
you get.
localized
So that's the
stuff,
problem.
that
Government
may
is
make a
the
difference
government's
in-
too big. The government
Yeah.
doesn't even realize how big it is. They couldn't tell you how big it is.
It's the largest government ever in the history of
The world, yeah.
Yeah.
But on top of it, people not showing up to vote and people saying this is bullshit and not getting involved, you could look at it from both sides of the fence. It doesn't matter. Because of our behavior as citizens in this country, that's how people like Joe Biden and Donald Trump get elected. That's why there's this cabal of established government officials where Obama led way to Hillary. Bush led way to Obama. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Bill Clinton.
To my thinking, it doesn't matter if you vote or not. That was the plan.
I get it.
To begin
I get
with.
it. But
you're not wrong. You're correct.
You are correct. You are correct. But if we fought this harder,
and was Trump not in the plan? Like
no, he was
I don't
not.
think so.
I could
maybe
promise
he's
you
the
he was
first one
no.
that wasn't. And
Yes,
that's why they
even
hate
though
him.
He's a fucking billionaire. He's more relatable than most of the presidents that
Mark,
I've been alive for.
Mark, that's
because
why
he stands for like the what ifs. The way I'm thinking,
America
the
first.
Government is lying to you
perfect that
type
he's
shit.
saying this,
He stands
Mark's
for
gonna
that,
wake
and
himself up before he realizes it.
So, let me break down why I said about the whole voting situation. Right, to his point, a lot of these people are planned. Right, like New York, it's planned. Like the governor's planned. They will go out of their way to make sure they secure a spot for the specific party. Now, you're right. What president we can be like, you know what, I relate to this guy. He came from nothing, or he is a humble guy making very good decisions for the citizens. That's the thing.
Obama, that's how he was sold to you.
We are not, the citizens of this country are not first. We haven't been.
That's because we haven't been hands-on.
So, yeah, but here's the thing. It's like you're fighting, like he just said, you're fighting a government that's the biggest in time. Like I always said, you guys do a great fucking job. But right now, he's a perfect representation of citizens.
Normal person.
A normal person, because they don't care anymore. How many times can you voice
But
your
the
opinion?
less you care, the worse it gets.
Yeah. All right. So I think something I think I've learned in the past month or so, or just thought about in the past month or so, is like most people don't care. Most people are never going to care. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. It doesn't matter what's going on. For the most part, most people just fall in line. There then are like a certain segment of the population who are the leaders. They care. They're the ones who do things like this, who do things like Nick does. Who
Cheers to being a leader, baby.
I'm not saying we're leaders, but I'm just saying it's a minority of the population actually does care. Everybody else, for the most part, tends to fall in line or just listen to people who are leading. That's just kind of like human nature for the most part. So it's decided within those lines. Like, okay, well, who's going to decide to be a leader? Like this people, are they good? Yes. Are they bad? No. Yes. And if you have good people that are stepping up to the challenge and trying to do the right thing, then hopefully things will work out well.
Yeah.
If you don't, then things are not going to work out well. But that's almost like human nature. I'm starting to see things that way. Like we could sit here and cry and complain. No one cares. No one gives a shit about anything, and that's why everything is so fucked up, because no one cares. That's the way things are, and if we cry about it, it doesn't fix anything. There's just a certain small population that's going to be the leaders. Just go lead. Just go and lead, and everybody else will fall in line, right? Like the fact that they're NPCing everybody and turning them into literally just robots. Like I change my profile picture every month to whatever, Ukraine or this, that, whatever. That's what most people do.
You got to think of it here. Hold on for a second.
Even in a positive way. That's why I really like what the Mises Caucus and the Libertarian Party is trying to do. Is they understand if we're gonna change things, we have to change culture, right? And it doesn't, and we have to groom people into being individualists and respecting liberty and freedom and good things, right? You know what? Because that's the game at the end of the day.
You know what we can change is this notion of covering up what is true, right?
Well, no, there's a problem in that.
No, if you don't take accountability for your action, if you fuck up, you're going to be like, I was wrong.
Well, nobody wants accountability.
But that's the problem.
I understand.
That's the problem, because guess what? Now you don't have trust.
But as Andrew Tate said, the problem with the internet and shit, how it's been grossly misused, if the entire population says 2 + 2 = 5, that's it.
Yes.
Truth be damned. It is now 2 + 2 = 5. Doesn't matter that the math doesn't work.
Yeah.
We have bent reality in real time. Mm-hmm. There's a huge fucking problem with that.
Yeah, I think, Mark, you probably like that there, right? A lot of people complain oh, this is unconstitutional. If you're going to sit here and cry oh, that's unconstitutional, then you don't understand the concept of that's just a piece of paper. That doesn't mean anything unless people actually believe in it.
Just like Bitcoin.
Right now, I could get up and just jump off the roof for no reason. There's nothing going to stop me from doing that. No, like, even it's against the law to do that.
Like
right?
you said, it's just a piece of paper.
It's just
It's
like
not
a
stopping
thing
anybody.
we'd have agreed upon.
Yes.
How do you get a thing that you've agreed upon? Through culture. The culture values that thing. So we can't sit here and be like, oh well, they're violating the thing. They don't believe in the thing. They don't believe in the thing. They don't value the thing. So it's understandable that they're trampling on the thing, right? In order to fix this fucking problem that we have to fix the value, the culture. We have to value, we just want to have a good time. We want everyone to be prosperous. That's through, marketplaces and freedom.
Money and barbecues.
And individualism and cooking a hamburger, you know what I mean? Things like that. How do you do that? I don't have the magic answer for you.
Nick thinks he has it.
He does, yeah.
A lot of things just don't make sense right now. A lot of people are divided. A lot of people believe everything that it's just people living within their echo chambers and just regurgitating what people say and not really going through step by step and researching things. And we've talked about this countless times. Things will happen in the government and people will be like, how the fuck did that happen? And it's like,
well,
you
because
don't
they hide
pay
it.
enough attention, or you just you fell asleep.
That's why I'm
at the
saying
wheel.
you got to be involved, man.
Yeah,
we have to be
100%.
involved for the rest of our lives.
But my thing is that majority of Americans, they just don't. They want to live a comfortable lifestyle, but like I said about
they just want to barbecue.
They just want to barbecue.
Yeah.
And accountability, that's a huge thing. That's how you build trust. And
those are good things to live on, in life in general.
Do you trust the government?
No, not
Do you
at all.
trust the government?
No.
Do you
I
trust
wanted
the
to
government?
overthrow
We're trying to make
And
a
maybe
career out
people
of it.
feel like they don't need to have to work at a better government. It's the fucking government. You guys should be caring about us.
The
already.
only people.
Why do we have to work for you to be better for
Mark,
us?
the only people who are upset about people questioning the government is the government. The only people who are calling the people who want the government to do different things, so they call them fascists, are the government. You know what I'm saying?
Mark,
what
you
you're saying.
should read Anatomy of the
I got
State
the book.
by
I'll
Murray
give it to you,
Rothbard.
man.
It's
I'll
really
read
good.
it.
It'll
I will
open your
absolutely read it.
open
But the
your
problem
eyes
with the
to
anatomy of the state is the state is going to develop no matter what situation you're in. Doesn't matter. There will be a state.
Correct.
Zombie apocalypse
Well,
tomorrow.
that's
Skaggs and
why-
I have all the guns. We're now the state.
Right. I know you guys, and I'll just come with you. That's why
I
choose
but
to
I-
not give
I
a shit and
understand
go
that.
about my life.
I understand that, but in that situation, Skaggs has the most amount of guns, let's say, right? Skaggs is the state. Skaggs is the protector. Skaggs is the provider.
That's real,
He's
and
the
that's
state.
a lot more true than the government we have.
Not
right now.
necessarily.
No.
Look at
it's,
it.
it's way more
He has the
complicated than
guns.
that. I think most people
In a
should read
Walking
this
Dead
book.
scenario, the person that has
Yeah.
the gun
Yeah.
should be leading.
No, it could be a fucking
Because
psychopath moron.
Ultimately, power lies at the end of a fucking barrel, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah,
power
who's left
lies at the
standing?
end of a barrel.
Yeah.
Right? That's why, man. Even look right now, the other day, I think it was last night. I mean, the president gave just a wild speech.
that
I don't know
fascist-
if you guys have seen it. We've been on a
haven't seen
bachelor
it yet.
party, right? Yeah, I know most people probably not paying attention to what's going on. I looked a little bit this morning. I mean, he gave a wild speech about how MAGA's literally terrorists and this, that, whatever. And he was in front of a building, and it was
Red with
in the
military
background,
soldiers.
2 soldiers on each side of him. It was and is Joe Biden?
That was
Hitler?
lightning out
No.
there.
That was
He's
lightning.
a puppet, but it's just bizarre. It was a very authoritarian.
He looked like Hitler.
presentation,
He looked like Hitler.
Essentially, it's wild, dude. I always thought too in America, we are free to question the need for the government.
Ooh, the
as
storm's
well.
coming in.
Or the FBI, and then an organization like the FBI will see that as a threat to themselves. Where does it say I can't question the need for the FBI as an organization in the Constitution or just in general in America, right? No. We are 100% entitled as free-thinking people to be I don't think we need that organization. I think that organization's bad. But that organization thinks that that's a threat to itself. And to be honest with you, I am a threat to the FBI, right? Because I don't think the FBI should exist. So to them, I am a terrorist in some sort of way, or I'm just using the FBI as an example. But I think we need to use that as an example to just wake people the fuck up and just be you're allowed to question the need for certain things in America. There's no oh no, the FBI has to exist because we said so. Since fucking when? It didn't exist when the founding fathers started the country. Or
In other words, if you don't agree with it, you have the right to
we're
go out
allowed
and
to
question
like
it.
think.
Yeah, but the sitting
We're allowed to
government wants to
question
punish you
things.
over that idea.
They want to like.
Right.
What I don't like is the government wants to now be like, you can't question anything.
Wants to silence
This is the
you,
way
yeah.
it is. And if you question this, you're a literal terrorist, and we're gonna fucking send men with guns after you. And not only that, but
We
we're
wanna
gonna take
disarm
your
you.
we want to take your gun away. So me now looking at that, oh no, so you hate me? You literally fucking hate me. You don't want me to question anything, and you want to take the little power I have away from me. Because at the end of the day, power only resides at the end of a barrel, right? And in America, we have this unique situation where, like, a lot of people have those barrels. And so does the government, right? They have F-15s, right? If you want to overthrow the government, you need F-15s.
But a
And
bunch of
nukes.
unarmed citizens
You know
took
what I
over the fucking
It's a very
January
like, deep
6th.
concept, but it's simple. It's simple, but it's deep at the same time. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
We're trying to change the minds of everyone.
The FBI
but,
currently is just a hit squad.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
it's
government at this point.
a
They're just
it's a
agenda.
weaponized political
Hey,
weapon.
Don't question. They are the inquisitors at this point.
Yes, they're the
Don't,
Inquisitors.
now this
Oh, yeah.
episode's going to
We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah.
Yes,
because,
the storm
wind,
is coming in.
Cameras are turning off as well.
Yeah, boys. My advice to you guys right now is let's start packing stuff up because that's a very black cloud.
It's
right
been
there.
lightning over there.
All right.
It's
Well,
getting darker
all
and
right.
darker.
Before we go,
shout out to the gaming.
Yeah.
The gaming
well,
stuff.
no, I was going to say, what's your favorite part of Tennessee so far?
Oh, my favorite part. Honestly, this place was fucking fantastic.
Old Smoky
Old
Distillery.
Smoky Moonshine Distillery. The bartender was very nice people, and dude, I mean, we had a 146 proof.
160 proof some?
Moonshine. It's crazy. It was a great time.
Mark, first time being in Nashville, bro.
Man, the vibe is crazy.
Yes.
It's very just do your own thing and have fun, and everyone's gonna have fun around you. Like, no judgment, just chill.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it.
No
It's
judgment.
no judgment
at
it's
all.
Very
Yes.
chill.
These white
love it.
rage individuals down here.
I like Nashville because it's very much so like, hey, everyone just wants to barbecue. That, you know what I mean? Like, there's a deeper meaning to that.
Yes,
Literally,
of course.
everyone's out here just barbecuing.
Yeah.
It is
Just
what it
chilling,
is.
man.
Everyone's having a good time. Doesn't matter what you look like, what you are. Different kinds of music. It's a country place,
yes,
but they're
yes.
playing R&B, they're playing hip hop, playing heavy metal,
it's very
Metallica,
artistic
country.
and
It's
just-
artistic. It's
cool,
fun.
I would
man.
like to
Very
drinking.
add to that.
I love it.
Nashville, a lot of people think it's just strictly country.
Nah.
No, it's not. No,
No, it's not at all.
You know what
it's
it is?
very
It-
mixed
what it is
The melting pot.
No, they value music
Yeah.
in general.
in general. Not
And when
just
you're
country
when
music,
we were
yes.
in that Rocket Sprocket,
Yeah.
playing different types of music, people on the street was singing to it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I love music, so I think that's
all
why
different
this,
types.
special
We played
place-
rap. They played country. They played metal. They played rock.
Places that embrace freedom, individualism,
Yes.
creativity.
Yes.
Thrive!
Freedom is prosperous.
13
As they
fucking
should.
cranes out here right now.
Freedom
It's,
is prosperous.
It's a literal test subject. This whole place is a test subject. This place embraces individualism, freedom, libertarianism to an extent, and it's fucking thriving.
Yep.
That's a good part.
All right. Shout yourself out, buddy.
You can catch me on YouTube, Kriz Gaming. That's KRYZ. If you put in the search bar, gaming. I'll be streaming mostly every night around 8 o'clock at night. And also check out my podcast, The Last Slice Podcast. We haven't put anything out.
Motherfuckers, come on.
We're kind of studio homeless, but once we find the place, we're definitely going to.
Zoom meetings, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Mark,
good
thank
luck.
you for coming back on.
Of course, guys.
Love you, kid.
boys.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out
guys.
to Bachelor
Love
Party
you.
Bob. He left.
Yeah,
but,
BPB ran off to be the Bachelor Party Bobby.
It's Tutu and
Here's
we
Jimbo.
got,
All right.
Pretty sure we're gonna go
Mazzy.
drink now.
All right, we're
All
gonna,
right.
yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna have a good time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check us out on Roku on the Patriot Podcast Network. This will be up there as well. All right, Captain.
Doom Nation, thank you guys once again. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Two Doom Men Podcast. Adios.